Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug you. Long was 1975.
Welcome to another ZX Spectrum vs Commodore 64, or as I like to call it, Playground Wars. Possibly going to stop saying that. In this video I will be comparing Gryzor on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum to the same version on the Commodore 64, released by Ocean in 1988 and based on the arcade machine somewhat of the same name, released by Konami in 1987. Basically, outside of power regions, everywhere else it's known as Contra and is legendary. Possibly more so for its amazing conversion on the NES. I mean, in the United Kingdom and in Europe, mainly thanks to the strict rules in Germany, because you can't have people killing people, it was reskinned as Probotector, and such was its sequel. Which is just, what, sentient robots killing each other? That's fine. People killing people, that's not. Right, anyway, this was released by Ocean in the United Kingdom on the usual suspects, Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore, not sure about Amiga or Atari ST versions, but it was extremely well received back in the day. There were two versions. There was a 128K version, which is this version. There was a 48K version on the Spectrum, that is, and my brother had it because he quite liked the arcade machine. Now it's got really interesting box art where they ripped off Aliens and also ripped off Arnold Schwarzenegger's pose from Predator, and also a somewhat Sylvester Stallone in the background. The Spectrum version had an amazing redrawn version of it by the legendary, rest in peace, Bob Wakelin. So I quite liked this back in the day, but I sucked at it. Run and gun shooter, left to right on the Spectrum is one player only. I don't know about the Commodore. I think the Commodore might be two player. In the arcades it was simultaneous two player, as was the NES, and that was the big deal with it. That and the Konami code, which obviously doesn't exist on this. Right, redefine keys. Down, oh, you put them in a different order. Almost caught me out there. Up, right, left, fire, jump, because we don't want up is jump, because that's just stupid. Zero, start game. Right, it's got epic music, it's got parallax. Oh shit, try to jump by pressing Z. It's monochromic, I'm bleeding colour, but the sprites are super detailed. Spread, I don't mean the gun, I mean ladies, sorry. Can't go backwards. And it's balls hard. Oh, shizen. I really like the graphics. I think they're really sharp and crisp. I mean, the crisp. Spectrum, you know, attribute class and something. If you're a Spectrum diehard, you know, fan, lover, you know, like me, most Spectrum fans, you won't even notice it. You become used to it. Although, this bit here, obvious reasons, is going to be a tad tricky. How do I get down? I want to get into the water. It'd be far easier to see the bullets. I mean, I can't defend it on that bit. Why would you make the background yellow? There we go. Bloosh! Now you can see the true detail of the sprites. So you got all the weapons. This is really nice. I always forget how impressive this is. Obviously on the 48K it's just as impressive. You just haven't got as good music. Get up there. Can't get up there. I'm not quite the athlete Schwarzenegger was in Predator, or Stallone. So what is it? Alien forces come to the planet and you, let's just call you Bimmy and Jimmy. I know you're not, have to defend it. You're like the special ops alien busting bastards, which was every arcade machine in the 80s. Right. Awkward, can't run backwards now. That was, yeah, that's a tad underwhelming. Still, look nice, eh? Right, so it's the 3D into the maze effect now, which is cool, map top right. I always like these bits. Lots of people complained that they were kind of a bit meh. Got to jump, but not that close to it. Shoot shit in the background. Oh, and die. I died quite quickly there, didn't I? That was a tad embarrassing. Just being honest. Just being honest. Input name arse. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, all versions of it had that, didn't they? Whether it was top-down version or, you know, the rotating thing on Contra 3, which obviously wasn't an arcade game. Oh, this gun's rubbish. I call this the ping-pong gun. But it was just a nice way to mix it up. I don't know why I can't go backwards. Oh, shit. It does, kind of to some degree, restrict my ability to dodge. Small complaint. I've got gameplays of this before. I just wanted it in this series. Hell, I've got a gameplay where I compare all versions in one video. But again, I wanted it in this series. Believe it or not, people, this gun is rubbish. See, you get pinned in. Yeah, this is my favourite series of videos I make. Yeah, not this time. I think I'd rather keep this gun than that pants rubbish one. Boo 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 boo. And stuff like that. Well, oh shit. No. You're ducking and you're jumping. It is a tad awkward. And also aiming and ducking, because obviously if you're up on that second tier or upper tier, when you're aiming down and forward to shoot the stuff on the floor, it means you're ducking somewhat compromised. You know if you played it, you know. Right, shoot the shit in the background, it's marked. There we go, now you can see it. See what I mean? Hey, then, well, don't pick a direction at the end because it picks it for you. I didn't see the bullets. Oh wow, well there you go. It's a lot harder than I remember, otherwise known as being quite accurate. So, Gryzor on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum, or Contra, whatever you like to call it. I think this is a fantastic, thoroughly good port for the limitations of the Spectrum. Let's have a look at the Commodore 64 version. Here we go with Contra. Gryzor on the Commodore 64, also released by Ocean in 1988. Now, right off the bat, you can see that this has simultaneous two-player. I don't think it's fair to compare that to the Spectrum version, simply because they possibly could have done that. I don't know if it was a different team doing it, but hey, let's get into it. You got the same, you know, musical track. It's just done by the SID chip, so obviously that's going to kick its ass. Up to select number of players, fire to start. I'm playing this on a joystick, which means up is jump, which is going to be awkward. So the Spectrum has it there, but then, you know, that's just the way these things play out, isn't it? Right, get ready, player one. Target section 1. Right, music and sound effects and speed. Someone's been having a wee bit. Right off the bat, it looks more like the arcade. It bears a very strong resemblance to the NES version. Obviously, it's far more colourful. Scrolling's pretty good. Commodore's not always that great for scrolling. And the bridge blows up, so accuracy there. Jump. No, button 1. Well, that's awkward, isn't it? So jump's not going to be up. Jump's going to... Oh, no. Jump is the other button, but I'm playing this on a sideways remote, so it's the trigger. Trust me, that is awkward. Right, anyway, don't press button 1, Dave, you'll reset. This is tits frisky, mate. Lots of ducking and shit. They got grenades as well. So the thing I will say, and it's a Commodore 64 thing, it can do graphics that look like the Spectrum, obviously because it's going for full colour, which is impressive, obviously. You've lost the sharpness of the sprites, so I know that's a kind of Marmite point and a them and us contentious question between... Oh, the bombs kill you. I thought you just legged it across between Spectrum and Commodore owners, but I just think the sharpness of the Spectrum sprites, despite the lack of colour, just look better. Really do. Right. Oh, he just disappeared. I want a gun. I don't know where I get guns from. Have I got time? It tells me what gun I've got. Ooh, we're just legging it. There we go. Oh, it's up there, you bastard. Oh fuck, it's a bit difficult to know where anything's coming from. Can I run back? Yes. Spread. Ladies? Sorry. Oh, look at this. It is very smooth scrolling. Oh fuck, gotta be a little bit more aware of where everything's coming from. How do you kill it? Oh, that's a bit kicking the balls hard, isn't it? Try that again. Right, using everything I've learnt so far. So right off the bat, yeah, extremely colourful sound and music in game. Obviously the Spectrum had that. Come on! Oh, you bastard. This is a really good port. Right, where do I get? There's always a sweet spot. I don't know who's shooting at me. Where are those I can't see the turret with the diagonal bullet coming up from the floor. You can see on the Spectrum. Just saying. Apart from that yellow bit. Oh, grenades! This is hard, mind. I mean, it's supposed to be. It's Contra. I'm not paying attention, I'm just running face long into shit. There it is. That back, I got it. I haven't got it, but I know where to do next. Drop down to the second platform and rock and sock and robot. He says, that's a lot easier than said. Running, 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 running. I keep forgetting the fucking grenades. And I'm not getting on. I'm dark, you fucker. I'm not getting on with this jump on the trigger. What the fuck? I give up. I wish I could show you the next bit. I really could. I just can't get off this stage. So it's possibly a bit of a pants comparison, but based on the side-scrolling stage, it's very hard to split it. Obviously, the colour on the Commodore makes it easier to see the projectiles than the Spectrum version, but the graphics are sharper on the Spectrum version, as you would expect. The controls, not really something to, you know, be that critical of, because it's the way I emulated it on the Commodore, but they have to go to the Spectrum. As always, Gryzor, Contra, you know, Spectrum, Commodore, or any version. What did you think? And thank you very much. That music is epic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.